to cheat them or get greed. Out of greed, you make loads of effort to go and scam someone because you don't use the same pair to the Guru de Darbar te jana. You have to go to the Guru Sangat because oh same pair nahi hai, different hai. Oh kehde acha 5 minutes late ho gaya, rehn do. That's what they do. But when it's time to do a scam, it's 15 minutes late, doesn't matter, I'm still going to do it. Or some bad thing. Now, he is like an owl, a crow, and a snake. He's saying the owl will lure that eyes, the owl in the daytime can't see anything. He only sees in the dark. And so he's saying the same thing about our Akhan. When it's time to see the light of Guru's darshan, we go to sleep. When it's the darkness of Maya, they wake up like an owl. So jida crow, he says in India, the crow, when it speaks, it loves its own voice. But everyone who hears a crow, you probably heard crows like in our houses and stuff, they actually got a very ugly, horrible voice. But also they sound really great. That's what Bhagavad says, our jivana slandering is really bad, but we think it's great, like a crow. But asli the gurus are mitthe bachan, we don't want to hear them. And the third one is a snake. Snake, it wriggles its way anywhere, but what's it going there for? For dangamar. Now it's going to kill, it's going to bite someone and poison them. And that's how our feet are. That's what Bhagavad is saying. He says, I have forsaken high status for a low one. That's what we've done. Right? So, like I say, when we read Barney and stuff like that, to understand some of those concepts, and there's actually 590 of those Kavitsvai, and they've all got a message. They've all got a message. And if you try to understand and get through all of those, it tells you all about what Manmukh is, what a Gurmukh is, what love is, what hate is, it tells you everything, right? So, when we talked about losing our bhakti as well, so everyone, we all do Simran, we all do Parupakar, we all do some Seva, but when we ask, how do we lose it? Sometimes we don't know what the answer is to that question. How do we lose it? Can we lose it? And Bhagavad actually answers that question just as it says, you take a small drop of poison, it kills a body that took many years to make, that body. If you have a hard effort of creating bales of cotton, you just put fire on it and it all goes in 1 second. He says a small drop of citric acid in buffalo milk spoils it, but it takes ages to get that milk from the buffalo. You have to feed it, rear the buffalo first, feed it, and it takes a long time. He says the effort of attaining spiritual status, good deeds and happiness is lost in an instant by desiring another's beauty or another's wealth. So Bhagavad Paraminda, the Paradrishti. So there's only 3 more. There's not doing true Sangat. Look how Bhagavad is using these examples of the dunya. Look what they're doing. He's saying that even risking death, a thief doesn't give up stealing and gang robbers continue sinning. He don't give it, he don't care. That guy will do whatever. That crossover, barbed wires. I mean, the Gurdwara bought the herbers opposite. That's been robbed 3 or 4 times already. Of like probably thousands of pounds of stuff, right? Because they don't care. The gates are quite high. It's got everything, but they'll jump over it. They'll do everything to do that. A lustful person risks their reputation and health to visit prostitutes, and a gambler loses all his wealth but continues passionately gambling. They don't care. An addict continues drug abuse despite getting advice from religious scriptures and righteous people, but they don't give up their drugs. Sharabi, look at the cigarette, people who drink, Now, Bhagavad is asking a question: if an evil person never gives up their evil deed, why would a devotee of the true Guru forsake the company of Gursikhs? Yeah, we do it all the time. We just say, "Time nahi hega." It doesn't matter. Yeah, a chor will carry on, a lustful person will carry on, a gambler will carry on, they'll all carry on. They'll do it to the nth degree, but we'll say, it doesn't matter. If I do a little bit of Sunday worship, it's fine. Huh? So the last 2, hurting a Gursikh. Now the glory of meeting true Sikhs is such that they bend to touch each other's feet. Now, ajikal Gursikh ek duje pair nahi sherde, they're happy to knock each other's pag off, really. Their nimarta's gone, huh? They have seen the true Guru's vision and their mind is absorbed in the shroud in full knowledge and concentration. Many bring dainty dishes for them in the congregation and others invite them to Sangat of Gurupurs. Now, remember, Bhagavad here is in the Gursikhs of the Guruji's times. We're not talking about the Gursikhs who are now, we're talking about Guruji's, and they had a lot of love for each other. Now he's saying even gods like Shiva and so on, they're saying deities, Hindu gods that is, crave for the leftover of Naam imbued Sikhs. Even the in Gurbani, Bhagat Kabir ji saying, is the he ko simra dev. You know the body that you've got. This body is very special because it's only in this body that you attain Waheguru. He says the Devi Devte, they're all sitting there in their little heavens and all that saying, I want that body. Because when they get this body, they can get to the next level. They can't go anywhere where they are. This body's Guruji's given it. So Bhagavad is saying, even those are saying, when they're eating and they left, langarati dustbin sit there, they say they want to eat that. It says, what good would you reap by hurting just the blessed soul? See, we've got bad bully, we've got bad way we talk to each other, no? It's not changani. So, and you get what you desire. So, just as a mirror has no image of itself, but when you look into it, it shows the true colours. You don't look in. I guess you might get those ones in the gym that make you look bigger, no? But generally, the mirror shows you what it shows you. Doesn't even lie to you. It doesn't say like, yeah, okay, poor guy. Let me just give him a little bit of face. No? Just as clean water has no colour, but acquires any colour. When we do painting and all that, you put red in it, it goes red. You put blue in it, it goes blue. No? Just as the earth has not a taste or fragrance, but produces many herbs, plants giving various benefits like medicine and aroma. No? So, whatever you plant in there, it becomes something. Now, Bhai Gurudas is saying, in the same way, when you do Guruji Seva, it's indescribable and inaccessible. But whatever you desire, that's what you get. You still desire something. Huh? So if we're sitting there and we desire something, now, what we get, sometimes you get, Gursikhs, they do something for like 20 years. I've been doing it for 20 years and I never got anything out of it. That's the really, really silly statements that people start saying. I never got anything out of it. And when you get to the bottom of what they did was, they did the part and they kept asking for things. Why do we need this now? I need this now. I need this now. But then they say I didn't get anything. But it's the same thing when what we're planting in our seva, what we're planting daily, that's what you're going to get. And ultimately, Guruji is saying, someone might want char padarth, which is mukti, they want money, they want liberation, they want those kind of things. He said, just do sadhana seva, you get that. Someone's got pain in their life. He goes, you sing Waheguru, Waheguru with love from inside, because your pain goes away. If you're scared of birth and death, he goes, just go into the satsanga and say, I'm nothing. Because your birth and death will disappear. But Guruji gives us ends that body. If you want to be recognized across the world, Guruji says, come to the Sangat and give up your ego, and he goes, the whole world will start recognizing you. But Guruji ends that body saying, Jis jan ko prabh dars pyasa, nanak take bal bala jasa. He didn't say anything about that. He says, if you got love to get Waheguru's darshan and say, I want to see him one day in my life, he goes, I'm a sacrifice to them. Because the other one, they'll get their thing, what they wanted. Someone wants to be liberated, they get liberated. Someone wants to be world known, they get world known. But he goes, if you want to have darshan of Waheguru, so what I'm saying is when we plant our Naam Simran, what we're planting it for? When we're planting our Naam, when we're planting our Bani that we're doing, you come to the Gurdwara, what have you come for? You're planting something, you know? And if you plant it in a way that you don't want anything, that's the ultimate person is the one who doesn't want anything. Seva kart hue ne kami, tisko bodh prapat swami. Because Guruji says, if someone does seva and he becomes, I don't want anything back for it, because that person gets Waheguru automatically. So that's the beauty of it. So these are the questions. If you can go into your groups and we can finish in time. If you can't get through all of these, pick a couple that you want to specifically do. If you can get in groups of 4 or 5 and The questions are, would you regard the sangat that you keep in person, on the internet, or on your phone as liberating or damaging? That's what Bhai Gurdas is asking. क्योंकि काहू की संगत में जीवन मुक्त होए, काहू की संगत में जंप हो जाता है. Secondly, why is it easier to commit sins more intensely than the rest? Why is that easier than our day-to-day seeking? Third one is, why is it so easy to lose your bhakti and spirituality, such as by looking lustfully at others or desiring their wealth? And there's other things Gurbani tells you that you lose it. One is nindya. You talk about someone, you lose some bhakti. So why is that so easy? So I want to bring the knowledge that you're gaining over the last few weeks. So why is our love for Sangat less than a thief and other lowly characters for their habits? So they got this habit. They do it like they're really dedicated to it. So why are Sikhs no longer respectful to each other when hurting one is such a large sin, according to Bhai Gurdas Ji? And last one is, well, we get whatever we desire from Waheguru, so what are we sowing in the field of Waheguru's blessings? So when we ask for his blessings, think about it, what are you sowing? So if you can get to groups of 3s or 4s, 5s, whatever it is, and you can have about 10 minutes. So like I said, start with two of those. Try and sit with people you don't know.